So, you want to use Adobe Illustrator, maybe for freelancing, maybe for your job, but you don't know where to get started. So why not? Because in this tutorial you will be learning about the basics of Adobe Illustrator. So, what is Adobe Illustrator? It's a program built entirely on vectors. Unlike photos, these graphics are made out of smooth paths and curves, so you can scale them forever without losing quality. So, let's get started and open Adobe Illustrator. After opening Adobe Illustrator, we will be greeted with recent files, new file, open file, and some other tabs such as home, learn, your file shared with you and deleted. For now, we are going to click on new file. Now, we will be prompted to create a new document. We can select width, height, orientation, unit of measurement, color mode, and raster effect. Quick tip: use CMYK for anything printed and RGB for anything digital. Now let's click on create. Right now we have our workspace. This entire thing is our workspace. We can customize our workspace however much we want. We can move some things from here to here. We can snap it to here. And if you mess anything up, you can just go here and select reset. Now first of all, let's change it to Essential Classic because I think that is the best workspace for beginners. Now this here is our menu bar. In here we will be able to access all the commands like file, edit, object type, select, effect, view, window, and help. Now, right below we have the control bar. This bar changes depending on what tool or object you are selecting. For example, if we switch to text tool, we will see that this bar has also changed to account for font styles, and font sizes. Right here we have our panels. This is where you will find useful things such as properties, layers, etc. Now the white box in the middle of the screen here is our artboard. This is where we will draw our illustrations. Now in the left side of the screen we can see we have the toolbar. This is where we will access most of the tools and we will build whatever we want. So now we are going to learn about navigation in Adobe Illustrator. For going up and down, you can just use your scroll wheel like this, down and up. For going left and right, you can press Ctrl and downward for right and Ctrl upward for left. Also, you can press space to toggle on the hand tool and just drag around to freely move. For zooming in, you can press Ctrl plus, and for zooming out, you can press Ctrl minus. Now we will be learning about different tools. First of all, we have the square tool. This can create squares, and if you right click it, you can have many shapes, such as the rounded rectangle tool, ellipse tool, polygon, star, and flare. We have the pen tool, which helps us to draw by using curves. We have the curved pen tool, which helps us to draw by using these curved handles. We have the text tool, which allows us to create text such as hello, for sale, anything. There are 6 types of selection tool in Adobe Illustrator. The selection tool, the direct selection tool, the group selection tool, the magic wand, lasso tool, and the artboard tool. The selection tool allows us to move objects around. And we can color these objects by going here and clicking here. Or if you want to apply any color, you can just go in here and select from the RGB dial. And this is the stroke. We can set it to none for now and color this to red maybe. Now the direct selection tool allows us to select these points or anchors and move it around to shape an object however much we want. We can also click on the path to move it around. Now we have the lasso tool, which allows us to select objects by freehand. We can select two objects and press Ctrl G to group it, to move it together. And now we have the group selection tool, which allows us to select an object inside a group. But there is a way to move an object inside a group without using the group selection tool, and it is much quicker. By double-clicking an object which is inside a group, we can move it without any problems, or the group selection tool. Now we have the width tool, which allows us to change the width of an path, like this. Now we have the brush tool, which allows us to draw freely. This is usually used for artworks or for making special shapes that can be only made by freehand. Now, if you have made a mess like this and want to undo this, you can just press Ctrl Z, and if you want to bring it back, you can press Ctrl Shift Z. Right here we have the eraser tool, which will help us to erase a part of the object, like this. That part is erased, and we can see that in direct selection tool, as it has no filling. Right here we have the eyedropper tool, which allows us to copy the appearance of any object. Like this has only a stroke of blue, so we can click it to have a stroke of blue with the stroke of 1 pt, or copy this to have just the red color, and we can select one object, go to the eyedropper tool and click on another object to copy that object appearance to this object. That's all for today's session. Now it's your turn. Try to take what we have learned and change the colors or add a new shape. If you get stuck on any of the tools, just leave a comment and I'll help you out. Happy designing!